If you've ever tried the foundational single crochet and ended up with a twisted foundation, stitches that looked uneven, or a base that pulled tighter than the rest of your work, it was probably the tutorial that you learned from where the mistake began. They probably showed you the wrong insertion point, because this is one of the most consistently misunderstood techniques in crochet education. Today, we're going to fix it correctly. We are going to find the anatomy, learn where the proper insertion point is, and be able to do this easily and seamlessly. Stay tuned. Hey there, bestie. I'm Michelle with YesMichelle Crochets. And as your crochet bestie, I'm here to help you build a fiber arts foundation that actually makes sense. This is the Cozy Encyclopedia, episode 11. We've covered starting structures, the slip knot, the chain, and the magic ring. Today we're going to get into the foundational single crochet and why almost everyone who initially tries it ends up with a result that they're not happy with. And today we're also going to fix that. You see, the foundational single crochet, abbreviated FSC, is a method of creating your foundation row and your first row all at the same time. Instead of just making a chain and then working your single crochets into it, the FSC builds a chain and the single crochet at the exact same time, one stitch at a time. The result is a foundation that has more stretch and more give, and it's a cleaner edge, more so than the traditional chain and then single crochet foundation. It's particularly useful in garments around the neckline or any project where the starting edge needs to match the elasticity of the body of the work. All right, bestie, let's learn how to build the foundation single crochet. First things first, we're going to start with a slip knot on our hook. I've already done that to kind of ease us into this. We are going to chain 2. And this is chain 1, chain 2. Now, in the past, we know that these are the side parts that we would build into if we were going there. And these, of course, are our back bumps. Today, we are going to go into the side bar and the back bump. We're slipping under both of those. We're going to pull up a working loop, and we're going to pinch that working yarn so that we know where we're reinserting. You're going to build the chain by pulling up a loop, and you still have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to build your first single crochet. I always encourage you guys, wherever you can, for ease of use, to put a stitch marker in place. This marks our very first single crochet. The part that I was pinching right here is the back part of the chain, and this is the V that we'll see from the side. We're going to go into this part, and we're going to slip under that piece we pinched, pull up 1 loop, pinch the piece we're going to need later. We're going to build that chain by pulling up a loop. We have 2 loops on our hook, and we're going to pull through both to create our single crochet number 2. Again, you're going in the bottom part of the side V you see, and under the part you were pinching, pull up a working loop. That gives you 2 loops on your hook. You're going to pinch that yarn so you have an insertion point when you build the next stitch. You're going to pull up a loop to create your chain, and then put the yarn through 2 loops to create your next crochet. So now you have 1, 2, 3. We are going to build 10. So again, the side part of the V at the bottom and the part you were pinching, You're going under both, so you'll have 2 loops on your hook. You'll pull up a working loop. You'll pinch your yarn so you have an insertion point again. Pull up a loop and then build that single crochet. I'm going to do this quietly and slowly so you know exactly where you need to go. And so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's number 9. We're going to build 1 more. Once again, slipping our hook in. This is the part I was pinching. I am going in the bottom part of that bottom V, slipping into the part I pinched, yarning over and pulling under both parts. I'm going to build that chain. And then I'm going to build the final single crochet. Now this is a little looser than I need it to be, so I'm going to pull that out and rebuild that last piece. Now, most people wonder, once you've built your foundational single crochet, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second, how do you know where you're sticking the next stitch in? Well, we're going to chain 1, and we're just going to turn it up. This is the back side of that row, and if we're doing another row of single crochets, you've already created the chain 1, slipping in, pulling up a loop, creating a single crochet. It's just that simple. And I'm going to pull that out in a moment so you can see what it looks like compared to the traditional chain and single crochet. But that's what the build looks like. This is what it looks like from the front. When you look at it from the way we were holding it, let's take those out. And I'm going to leave that chain and give a long loop for us to hold steady. This is what it looks like. As you'll notice, it's pretty flexible and it's easy to hold on to, and it's also pretty. It is just plain pretty, not just because it's pink, but you'll notice how tight and condensed the traditional chain and single crochet looks, where this has a lot of movement and give. What I like is it's uniform. So those are the differences between the traditional chain and single crochet versus the foundational single crochet. Now let me talk to you face forward so we can get a better understanding of everything you've just seen. Hi again. Now, let's talk about some of the mistakes that we often see when someone is building their foundation single crochet. The primary mistake, of course, is inserting into both parts of the V instead of that bottom part and that back bar. Those two components matter, and if you're sticking it into the side, you're building it wrong and it's going to twist and wave in ways that you simply don't want. While it is for a lot of tutorials the default mechanism, it's honestly the easiest way to make a mess and not a foundation single crochet. The second mistake is pulling the chain component loop too tight. When you're building that chain component loop, rather than just pinch that piece so that you know where you're going back into, go ahead and use a stitch marker there. It's going to make it so much easier to see. And since this is your work, I will encourage you to have a row of stitch markers going up. It is so much easier to see stitch markers than see your work build, realize that your foundation isn't straight, and find yourself having to frog everything back. Think about the way you're building and make it easy for you. For me, pinching works. For you, stitch markers may work. But whatever way you do it, remember that that back bar is the component that is going to build your foundation single crochet cleanly, evenly, and clearly. You want to keep your chain where you can see it and build into it. And of course, the third mistake is losing count mid-foundation. Because each FSC has 2 steps instead of 1, it's easy to miscount. And you even saw me lose count in the process. The complete even step is 1, either stitch markers, or 2, counting the crowns of each one of your single crochet. The foundation single crochet is one of the best examples in crochet of a technique that is widely known, but rarely fully understood. Most crocheters have heard of it. Few have learned how to do it correctly, and almost none of them have someone who's explained that back bar insertion as an anatomically correct choice. Understanding the FSC at an anatomical level and knowing each stitch is a chain and single crochet built together, well, that chain's back bar is its correct anchor, and that transformation is the trick that either gets you where you're going or gets you completely derailed and confused. Being deliberate in what you're doing, well, that's what we're doing here in the Encyclopedia. This cozy encyclopedia is designed for you to understand what you're doing and why. And I always want you to know, if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. If I need to do a more detailed explanation or a clearer visual so that you can understand what we're doing, I am more than happy to do that. In the meantime, remember these 2 things as we move forward. 1, practice, practice, practice. And 2, stitch markers are your friends. Okay, bestie, next week in episode 12, we are going to move to the foundation half double crochet, the FFC's taller sibling and one of the most underrepresented foundation techniques in all crochet education. Almost no one has a dedicated tutorial for that, and we're going to change that next week. Now, if this has been informational or educational for you, by all means, drop me a ladder emoji in the chat or in the actual comment section, because I genuinely want to know, have you ever tried the foundational single crochet before, and did you get a twisted result? The reason that I ask you this is never to judge you, but so that I can understand, are these lessons helping you, or do you need me to do things in a greater detail? Those instructions matter to me and help me know how to help you. But until I see you again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss an episode of the Cozy Encyclopedia, and remember, I love you. I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.